and gutters.
All right, we are back just a little bit after 5 o'clock here early on this Tuesday morning. And once again, we have seen a little precip overnight. Right now, most of us just looking at cloudy skies. Occasionally, we'll get a little drizzle, a little mist out there. And the winds actually picking up. We're about to hit the peak with the winds, I think, through the morning. And then those two will taper off through the afternoon. The good news is, look at that. We just updated on the fly there from 37 to 38. So we are above freezing. That is great news early this morning. So roads are wet. They're not snow or ice covered, but any moisture can cause some problems and slow things down. So again, we are talking about some wet pavement in many spots. Otherwise, the north to northwest winds, remember last hour during early riser, we were looking at winds at about 7-8 miles per hour, now up to 16 with some higher gusts. So it is going to be blustery today. In fact, temperatures where they are right now won't move a whole lot. Fortunately, they're actually pretty mild, nearly 20 degrees above where we should be starting for this time in February. Case in point, 40 right now in Lincoln. That's about your normal high during the afternoon here as we head through the middle part of the month. 37 currently in Columbus. Off to the north and east, a little bit cooler. Carroll and Atlantic both at 34. And once again here in the metro, we're at 38. Now winds picking up out at the airport as well, 23. You can see winds pretty light to the east. In fact, current wind gust in Maryville pretty sustained at 6 miles per hour. But you can see the heavier winds coming in from central into eastern Nebraska. Gust at 32 in Columbus, Lincoln 30. Right now down in Beatrice 29, and this will advance east, so though things aren't bad yet in western Iowa, behind the moisture, you're going to see the winds really pick up early this morning. And once again, as we head out toward Memorial Park, we are dry there. If we're seeing anything, we're talking about just mist, so a little bit too light to be picked up by radar. And once again, as we expand this out across the metro, not too much going on here in town. Once again, we are looking at mainly dry conditions. Most of the moisture now pushing in to central parts of Iowa, and it's interesting because as you look at the radar here, it almost looks like thunderstorms. That's the return with sleet aloft, even a little bit of wet snow on the northern end of that. And I was checking the Weather Service chat a little while ago. They did have reports of some big wet snowflakes kind of as this moved in just after 1 o'clock, even a few sleet pellets. Otherwise, you can see things kind of diminishing. If there's a little mist out here, it's not even showing up on radar. It's too light to be detected. So not a huge problem. A majority of that is expected will quickly move east into parts of central Iowa this morning. We'll be left with clouds. Temperatures try to sneak back close to 40 this afternoon. A lot of white and gray indicating cloud cover not only this afternoon, but even through tonight. And then temperatures get a little bit colder as we wake up tomorrow morning, but we'll lose the wind. So it's kind of a trade-off there. Otherwise, temps pretty close to normal through the day. Very steady between about 35 and 40. Northwest winds gusting to 25. Overnight then mainly cloudy, a little bit colder but less wind as we drop to 26. And then our forecast for tomorrow still looks pretty good, a couple degrees above normal, partly cloudy, 43. And then here we go. 63 on Thursday, around 60 Friday, back in the low 60s again Saturday. And then temperatures, though, a little cooler Sunday into Monday, still averaging above normal as we approach the third week of the month. All right, and with this forecast being in play, we obviously aren't going to need snowcasts over the next week, but we still have the rest of the month and, of course, March to get through. So not a bad idea to download that because we're probably not done with winter just yet, even though we get a little taste of spring a little bit later on this week. All right, stay with us. Right now, 5:17 is the time. 37 is the current temp outside.